All right, we are back, guys. Got another video. I wanted to show the G seat in its area, kind of how it evolved. I think last video I had a table out here. See if you can. Yeah, the table is actually sitting over there. Let's go back. So what I did is I took the old wheel hoop I got. This is a wheel hoop I bought with the T300, and it's under here. Goes down. It's got the pedal plate. So I had that, and I wanted to reutilize it. And since the seat mover doesn't need the wheel hoop and the wheel and pedal and stuff to be moving, that's kind of the best application for it. So I built the WinSim. This is the WinSim I showed in the Motion Sims Are Easy to Build Part 2. This is the finished version of it. In that one, it was just on wood blocks. But I finished the aluminum frame and got all of that mounted. And then, let's go back. And then I mounted the aluminum frame to the top base of the wheel hoop with 2 bolts on either side. That one's kind of hard to see because I've got my keyboard and stuff mounted over there. So I just recently built this, the keyboard mount yesterday, actually, in fact, because I was tired of storing the keyboard on the computer behind, and I wanted it to mount to this arm so I could, while sitting here, I could still access the keys and stuff. I can still access the arrow keys that I push a lot, as you can tell. And then if I'm playing a game, I'll just keep it down here in my lap like so in WSD. But I didn't want to do an aluminum structure and weld a bunch of stuff. I just wanted to do steel, just because welding aluminum is more setup and it uses argon. So I just got some cutoffs, 2 posts. It's pretty simple little stand, and that just holds the keyboard like so. On the back side here, that is the electronics for the the WinSim back there, and that's just the 2 Arduinos, 2 Moto Monsters, and they're sitting on top of the power supply, LED 12-volt power supply. And then I've got a cooling fan there, and that's all kind of mounted to a big aluminum plate that I have, and then that's screwed in on this side to the PSU down there. So then I have the triple screen mount, well, the not triple screen, but the pyramid setup, the quad, 3 on bottom, 1 on top. So that mount is pretty simple, just a giant steel plate. It's like 1/4 inch thick steel plate on the bottom. It's very big, goes from there all the way to back there, and then big steel post that goes up. I didn't build the triple mount, by the way. I'm explaining it like I did, but I did. This is just bought off Amazon, I don't know, 10 years ago or whatever. But I wanted to get a way, I wanted to find a way to have the pyramid sitting on top of the wheel hoop as kind of one complete unit. So I basically just took a couple of pieces of angle iron and steel tubing, and then some flat plate. So let's see, down past there. So down there is a flat plate. I drilled 2 holes through it and put 2 bolts through. I did that on either side, 1 on either side of the legs. And then I have the angle iron just going up, and then another piece of angle iron coming back, and they tie into another piece that goes underneath that aluminum pipe, and it bolts into it. So you got the 2 bolts there. So it's all removable, basically. It's a pretty simple frame. It just bolts onto these legs, goes up, comes back, and then has another piece that goes over. And then the big metal plate from the pyramid mount sits on top of that. And it bolts in 2 bolts down there, 2 bolts down there, and then 2 bolts underneath that bolt into the back side of the Windsim frame. And then the Windsim frame has 2 bolts there and 2 bolts there. So it's a pretty simple setup, pretty rough and rugged. Nothing is really polished or finalized. It's just to kind of get it set up and see how it works. And then I've capped it all off by adding a power button down there. So currently right now, one of the Arduinos isn't working. It blew up or something, so I've got to get another Arduino to replace that one. But other than that, the Windsim works perfectly. I did add the adjuster system in here. Let's see, so I cut out little channels there for the bolt to go in. I got another one there so I can lift it up and down. But since it's really heavy, you got to tighten those bolts pretty tight, so it's not easy to lift it up and down. You have to loosen it to be able to lift it up and down and tighten it, so it's not the easiest thing. But it's pretty much set it and forget it, because I don't have a ton of people trying my motion sim, so I don't have to set it once. So I just want to do a quick little video showing an update. Nothing's really changed with the seat mover, except I got the 4-point harness off of the FORDOFF, and then I put the 5-point harness that was on my G seat. I took it off of all of the components of the G seat and then got that actually set up and mounted on the FORDOFF. I'll show you a video of that. And so I got the 4-point harness off of that and got it remounted back on this seat, which it was originally mounted on when this seat was on the 3-DOFF, before the 3-DOFF was a 4-DOFF. It gets all pretty complicated, but that's pretty much there we go. That's pretty much the only other modifications to this. I'm not sure if I showed the caster wheels in the last seat mover video, but I got that. I had to rebuild this back mount and then got the caster wheels on there, so that way I can unlock them and swivel it in and out if I need to. But I like to basically just leave it locked, so that way it's in the perfect position for the feet on the pedals. But this is the latest on the seat mover. Talk to you guys later.